This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Oh my god. I'm using a new controller tonight. You may say, well, what controller are you using? I am using a current generation PS4 controller.
I got it off of Amazon for $45. Reason that I got this controller, it's twofold, basically. Alright, I'll give you guys a little bit of history. I own controllers from all 3 generations of PS4 controller. If you weren't aware, there are 3 generations, alright? The first generation were the launch controllers. These were all faulty, which, in my opinion, I think there should have been a class action lawsuit against Sony. I don't know how the hell they got away with it, but the thumbsticks were faulty. The thumbsticks on the launch controllers, within 6 to 8 months, just the oils from your thumb, your skin, would basically make the rubber break down, and the thumbsticks would crumble and fall apart, making the controller unplayable, alright? So, I owned 2 of those, sadly, because at launch, I wanted 2 controllers. If you remember, I did a lot of co-op and launch day coverage with John Rambo back in the day for the PS4 launch, and a lot of that kind of stuff, and therefore, I needed 2 controllers, right? So then, after both thumbsticks on those controllers crumbled and fell apart, I heard there was a second wave of controllers about a year after the launch of PS4 that corrected the issue. So I went out and got one of those, and that's the one that I've been using since then. And, you know, we're talking, that was what, a year after PS4 launch would have been 2004, or, yeah, no, excuse me, 2014, either like late 2014, early 2015, right? And that controller is a white controller, and I've used that controller since then. So that's over 2.5 years straight. Every PS4 game that I've used or played, I've played on this one controller.
Now, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not like it's wearing out or anything. However, I have noticed that in a few games that I've been playing recently that there have been dropped inputs.
And the question is it the controller maybe getting old? You know what I mean? Is it because I'm using the wireless connection on the controller, the Bluetooth, and maybe there's an interference in the room here because I've got other wireless devices?
I'm going to be playing a crap ton of games on the PS4.
I think it makes sense to get a new PS4 controller at this point, knowing that I was having issues with the other one. AES tipped me $1 and then did hashtag charity, even though if you tip and you include charity, it doesn't count. It's only if you're cheering. Hey, but I appreciate the sentiment anyway. And he says, the Nintendo Direct today was pretty amazing for Switch owners. Doom, Wolfenstein 2, Xenoblade 2, Rocket League, and Super Mario Odyssey look amazing. Now I only need to have Dragon Ball FighterZ on the console and I'll be happy. Well, there hasn't been a single game released for the Switch yet that's worth being like to buy it for. Not one. Maybe Mario Odyssey will be that game. But to me, it's like, you know, these announcements, I hear Nintendo Direct. Phil's not talking about the Nintendo Direct.
No, it's a non-announcement. It's Nintendo pretending like they have something to say, and they don't. They just basically always are behind the 8 ball these days. It sucks.
Great Waru did a 10-bit cheer. He says, hey Phil, I just broke up with my longtime girlfriend. How soon did you start dating again after Panda? What?
When on earth did you think I was dating? In what alternate universe did I clone myself and have one of me dating while the other one was here working? When did this happen? I'd love to know. If you have any idea how I pulled this off. You see how I've been here every day. I'm here every day, and the few days that I'm not here, I'm still working anyway. Yesterday was supposed to be my day off from streaming, and I did more work yesterday than I do in a normal day.
When was I dating exactly? But anyway, the bottom line is, even if I were to start dating again, I wouldn't be telling anyone, because that's my private life. If I ever at some point want to share private things like that with you guys again, I will. At this point, I have no desire to. I'd rather just live my life and work my ass off and do what I do. And if ever I want to share private stuff like that with you, because it's happy news or whatever, I will. But at this point, you know, I'm at a point in my life where I saw what happened with the last relationship, and I saw the crazy amount of trolling and shit that happened, and people just getting, you know, doxing and all kinds of shit. And at this point, I'm like, well, fuck all that. If you really think that I would have shared more of that kind of personal info with you at this point, you must be nuts. You must be nuts.
I would never, even if I started dating, you would be the last to know.
Unless I was super ready to, like, you know, introduce, you know, whatever was going on there. I mean, I would be nuts. You know what happened? The second that I would announce it, that's it, we gotta figure out who she is, we gotta find all her personal info, we gotta fucking define this and that, you know, what does she weigh? What nationality is she? Yeah. Where does she work? Quick, call her job. You know, fucked up stuff. So, no. No, 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 no. Shout out to another anonymous $5 tip that I got. He says, I'm glad that you have disabled comments. Those unfunny toxic kids made me cringe. If you're not aware what this person is referencing, ladies and gentlemen, as of Monday night, so really it was the first batch of videos that were affected were Tuesday.
I've disabled comments on my DSP Gaming YouTube channel. Phil's a faggot. I'm done with it. Because it was to the point where literally no one who commented on the videos were commenting about the videos. It was just the same generic, nasty, toxic shit of kids, and it is dumb, immature teens and shit, trying to get noticed so they'll get into one of those stupid negative, this is how you don't play compilations. Because that's what's happened, is people just leave these negative comments, and then these idiots who make those videos take those comments and, oh, look what I got, Phil's negative comments in the video. So guess what?
I've had enough. I don't read the comments on my videos anyway. I haven't read the YouTube comments in years, honestly. I mean, every once in a while I'll read the comments on, say, a vlog, but I never read the comments on my gameplay videos. I haven't in years. There's no reason to. The bottom line is, folks, you guys are here live when I'm streaming. I get to see your live reactions to what happens in my games. I don't need to read delayed reactions later, all right? The comments are terrible. I mean, really bad. And I was getting more and more people who were longtime viewers and fans of mine saying, Phil, at this point, just fuck it. Seriously, turn them off because it's terrible. There's no point to this anymore. And I said, okay. So I did. I disabled them. So there you have it. You know, moving forward, there will be no comments on my YouTube gameplay videos. If you want to comment, come to the live streams, or if you have something to say, you can email me, darksidefil@hotmail.com, or you can tweet me at theycallme.DSP. You know, there's plenty of places. There's forums, thekingofhate.com, where you can talk about ongoing playthroughs. There's a million places where you can leave feedback and or say what you want to say. I'm not going to let my comments on my YouTube videos become a cesspool
for these idiots to make negative videos anymore.
I hate to say it, folks. I think it's time for people to realize that YouTube is dying. It is, folks. It's dying. YouTube is dying. It is a website now that is toxic as hell. The biggest people are the most toxic people. And that is YouTube's own fault. That is Google's fault. They engineered their site to push the negative and the dramatic to the top of their website. And the website has become a cesspool of garbage. It's their own fault.
And I really predict, honestly, that YouTube will never go out of business because they can't. They have an infinite amount of fucking money with Google funding them. But they are going to fall apart in the next few years.
More and more content creators who are now being demonetized on a regular basis will leave. And the website's going to become a ghost of its former self. And you're going to see people who want to do gaming, alright, are going to be coming to Twitch, coming to other streaming websites, and we're going to find other alternatives to do what we love. We're not going to put up with their bullshit anymore, you know? For me, right now, YouTube is a place where I archive my game playthroughs, and it's a place where I do vlogging and reviews and stuff. That's it. It's not my main focus. The streams are my main focus. They have to be. I can't survive working with a fucking website in a business that doesn't listen to feedback, doesn't listen to the people who provide them the free content that they make their fucking ad revenue on to begin with, and just constantly changes the site to screw you over. I'm done with it. I'm absolutely done with it, so.
Alright. Comments are off on DSP Gaming, and nothing was lost at all.
The last Rambo did a 200-bit cheer, and he says, how do trending clips work? I get notifications of clips from your streams, and they're interpreted to be negative. Anyone could do a clip, and the way it works is, I guess Twitch actually expects me to actively moderate who's making clips of my streams, because for them to understand, there is a clips section that I could look at, and let's say, for example, I see a clip that's made out to be negative. Like, let's say I fail at a game, and someone makes a clip and titles it,
Darkside Phil is a piece of fucking shit gamer who should die in a fire.
Well, obviously, that's not a nice clip. So, what I could do, apparently, not only can I delete that clip from existing, I can also ban that person permanently from my channel. But
do I have time to fucking sit here and moderate clips? No. And I don't want to be. I don't want to be a guy who's just sitting here being a fucking Nazi moderating shit. Trust me, I've been there. I used to be the guy who used to sit on YouTube looking at YouTube comments trying to moderate them. I'm not going back to that fucking place. That's a nightmare. Alright?
So, yeah, that's how clips work. It's a shitty thing. It's a really shitty system. And, I don't think that it needs to basically even be there, in my opinion. Because, yeah, you're right. People could easily spin stuff out of context or try to make you look bad. But, you know, Twitch is evolving. I'm sure eventually it'll get better. For now, it's just kind of silly.
I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God I wish I fucking was.